The first thing he noticed was the silence. No birds, no wind, not even the distant hum of engines. Just silence, and a dog that refused to move. And in that single moment, just seconds before everything changed, one decision would mean the difference between life and death. Staff Sergeant Ethan Cole had been through war before. 3 deployments, 2 tours overseas, more close calls than he could count. But nothing had ever made his heart pound the way it did when Rex stopped walking. Rex wasn't just any dog. He was a military working dog, a Belgian Malinois trained to detect explosives, track enemies, and protect his handler at all costs. But to Ethan, Rex was more than that. He was a partner, a brother, and in many ways, the only reason he had made it this far. They had been paired together almost 2 years ago. At first, it was strictly professional. Commands, obedience, precision. But over time, something changed. Long patrols turned into silent conversations. Close calls turned into unspoken trust. And somewhere between danger and survival, they became inseparable. Rex could read Ethan without a word, and Ethan trusted Rex more than he trusted himself. That morning had started like any other. A routine patrol through a quiet village on the edge of a conflict zone. The streets were narrow, lined with worn buildings and scattered debris, the kind of place where danger didn't announce itself, it hid. Ethan walked at the front of the unit, Rex by his side, focused, alert, every step measured, every sound analyzed. The team moved slowly, scanning for threats. Everything seemed normal, too normal, and that was the problem. About halfway through the route, Rex stopped, not hesitated, stopped. His body went rigid, ears forward, eyes locked on something ahead. Ethan felt it, that shift, that tension. "Rex, what is it?" he whispered. But Rex didn't move, didn't blink, didn't breathe, just stared. Ethan looked ahead. Nothing, just an empty stretch of road, dust, broken concrete, silence. But Rex wasn't wrong. He was never wrong. Ethan raised his hand, signaling the unit to halt. The team froze behind him. "What do you see, boy?" Ethan murmured, crouching slightly. Rex let out a low, almost inaudible growl. That was new. Rex didn't growl unless something was very, very wrong. Ethan's pulse quickened. He scanned the ground more carefully now. Every crack, every shadow, every piece of debris. Still nothing. And yet, something felt off. "Command, this is Alpha 3. Ethan spoke into his radio. "Possible anomaly ahead, requesting guidance." Static. Then a voice. "Proceed with caution. No confirmed threats in your sector." Ethan didn't like that answer. Not one bit. Because Rex was still frozen, still staring, still refusing to move. "All right," Ethan said quietly, more to Rex than anyone else. "We'll go slow." He took one careful step forward. Rex immediately blocked him, not aggressively, but firmly, placing his body directly in Ethan's path. He frowned. "Rex, stand down." The dog didn't move, didn't obey, just stood there, protecting him. That's when Ethan felt it. A chill. The kind that crawls up your spine when your instincts are screaming, but you don't know why. The rest of the team shifted uneasily behind him. "Sir?" one of them whispered. Ethan didn't answer. He couldn't, because in that moment he realized something terrifying.
Rex wasn't just detecting something, he was trying to stop him. Ethan slowly lowered himself closer to the ground, closer to Rex's line of sight, and then he saw it. A wire, thin, almost invisible, running from a broken piece of concrete into the dirt. His breath caught. IED, improvised explosive device. And not just any IED. This one was positioned perfectly, hidden in plain sight, designed to detonate the moment someone stepped just a few inches further, exactly where Ethan had been about to step. "Everyone back, now," Ethan said, his voice suddenly sharp. The team immediately retreated, slow, careful, controlled. Ethan stayed where he was, eyes locked on the wire, heart pounding in his chest.
"Bomb squad needed. Immediate," he spoke into the radio. "Copy that. Hold position." Hold position. Easier said than done, because Ethan knew something they didn't. If Rex hadn't stopped him, he would have triggered it, and none of them would be standing there right now. Seconds passed, then minutes. Every second felt like an hour. Ethan slowly reached for Rex, his hand resting gently on the dog's head. "Good boy," he whispered. Rex didn't relax, didn't break focus, still staring at the threat, still guarding him. And then, something changed. Rex's ears twitched, his body tensed even more, if that was even possible. Ethan felt it instantly. "What is it?" he asked under his breath. Rex suddenly shifted his stance, not backward, not forward, but to the side, blocking Ethan even more deliberately. That's when Ethan realized something even worse. The wire he saw might not be the only trigger. His eyes widened. Multiple triggers, layered explosives. This wasn't just a trap. It was a kill zone designed to take out an entire unit. "Command, this is bigger than we thought. Possible secondary devices. We need full clearance." "Bomb squad is en route. ETA 3 minutes. 3 minutes. In a place like this, that was forever. And then, it happened. A faint click. So soft, most people wouldn't even notice it. But Rex did. His entire body snapped into motion. He lunged, not toward the threat, but into Ethan, hard, knocking him completely off balance. "Rex!" Ethan hit the ground, and in the exact spot where he had been standing, the world exploded. A deafening blast tore through the air. Fire, dust, shrapnel, everything went white, then black, then silence.
Ethan couldn't hear, couldn't see, couldn't think. Just a ringing in his ears and the taste of dirt in his mouth. For a moment, he thought he was dead. And then, he felt something. Weight. Warmth. A body pressed against him, protecting him. "Rex," Ethan rasped. No response. Panic shot through him. "Rex!" His vision slowly cleared. The dust settled just enough for him to see. And what he saw broke him. Rex was lying across his chest, completely still. His body covered in dirt and debris. Small cuts, burns, and worse. "No, no, no, no," Ethan whispered, his hands shaking as he tried to move. "Medic! I need a medic!" someone shouted in the distance. But Ethan couldn't hear them clearly. All he could hear was his own heartbeat and the silence of his best friend. "Stay with me, buddy! Come on!" Ethan pleaded, his voice cracking. For a terrifying second, nothing happened. And then, a small movement, barely noticeable. Rex's ear twitched. Ethan froze. "Rex!" Another movement. A weak breath. Relief crashed over him like a wave. "He's alive! He's alive!" Ethan shouted, his voice breaking. Medics rushed in, carefully lifting Rex, checking his wounds, stabilizing him. Ethan tried to sit up, ignoring his own injuries. "Take me with him," he demanded. "Sir, you need... Take me with him." They didn't argue, because everyone there knew that dog hadn't just saved a soldier. He had saved all of them. Days passed, then weeks. Rex underwent multiple surgeries. Recovery was slow, painful, uncertain. Ethan visited every single day, no matter what. Bandaged, bruised, still healing himself. He sat beside Rex's bed, talking to him, telling him stories, thanking him over and over again. "You didn't just save me," Ethan said one night, his voice quiet. Rex's tail gave a weak wag. Doctors weren't sure if Rex would return to duty. Some injuries run deeper than they appear. But to Ethan, Rex had already done enough. More than enough.
Months later, on a quiet afternoon, Ethan stood outside a small house. Not a base, not a battlefield, a home. Rex stood beside him, a little slower now, a few scars marking what he had been through, but alive, strong, still watching Ethan like always. Ethan looked down at him and smiled. "Ready to go home, partner?" Rex's tail wagged, because for the first time, there were no missions waiting, no danger ahead, no hidden wires, just peace. Just life, just the bond between a soldier and the dog who refused to let him die. And sometimes, the greatest heroes don't wear medals. They don't speak. They don't tell their stories. They just stand in front of you, refuse to move, and save your life seconds before it's too late. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because stories like Rex's deserve to be remembered forever.